The Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers. Now, sad if you're a Dodgers fan. Great if you're a
that's my
D-backs fan.
question for you, Brig. Like, I'm curious if I am as sick of this team as Dodger fans are.
Or are Dodger fans now as sick of the team as we are?
They've got to be.
They've got to be, because I'm sick and
for
tired
those of you
of
who
this.
don't know, there's going to be some context coming up here. But man, I just rip it to shreds, man.
I can't. At this point, we were ready to eat our hat. We were like, all right, sorry, we called for a destruction of the entire system.
No, so this is the thing, Brig, is I said they still need to tear it down.
You did.
They're playing well right now.
I'm just saying, like, they won 100 games. They made it to the bye. They earned the bye week, etc. And I was like, this is. I was wrong. I'm willing to admit that I didn't see this the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm wondering, maybe I ought to take some of that back. Take some of that back.
Retract that statement.
Don't worry. We'll get to how wrong I was in a minute. Because there's more Briggs screwed up in a minute. But the Diamondbacks did sweep the Dodgers. The sentence makes no sense given the paper matchup, right? If you
scored them 19-6.
19-6. Okay. The D-backs never trailed. The games were only tied for a total of 15 outs across the series.
That includes top inning, top half, bottom half.
That's right.
So
15.
2.5 innings?
Yeah. The D-backs didn't score until the fourth inning of Game 3, by the way, and then scored before recording it out in Games 1 and 2. In the fourth inning of Game 3, the Diamondbacks became the first team in Major League Baseball postseason history to hit 4 homers in 1 inning. Put that in your history books, because that doesn't even make sense. By the way, if you are here with us watching, the Braves just went up 1-0 in Philly. Okay. So the Dodgers had possession of first place for 134 days. And that had a lot to do with July and August, obviously. But then in the postseason, Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, the two of the guys you'd expect to show up at all, didn't. They didn't even arrive at the ballpark.
They forgot.
They went 1 for 21 between the two of them at the plate. 1 for 21, Brad.
That one was an infield hit, like borderline error.
It's just I
don't understand how your two best players can just like completely disappear. Just entirely gone.
No, they were relying on Kike Hernandez and JD Martinez to pull weight.
Kike Hernandez and Chris Taylor were the major threats in Game 3 for the Dodgers.
I know.
Those are the two guys who came up to the plate, and it's like, okay, they got runners in scoring position. Like, this could really get interesting. They played at a couple guys, and then after that, I was like, okay, don't worry about it. And like, nobody's going to do anything.
After that, it's fine.
It's done.
Mookie Betts was asked if the current playoff format was flawed because of the bye weeks. And that's the question we all want answers to. Okay. We're all grappling with that at this point. That is the narrative that the rest of the baseball world will take through this postseason. It just is. But his reply, at least at the end of that series, was no comment, which is a very tactful way to remain neutral when there is no neutrality in that comment.
I was going to say, it's a very tactful way of saying, yes, it is flawed.
Yeah.
We need to make a change without making
I'm not allowed
angry.
To say that.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess Dodger pitching ever get in trouble. There we go.
Dodger pitching got depleted early. Super duh. I mean, when your starters can't hang, what are you going to expect? They were spent by the time they reached the postseason.
So there's something that was funny that happened. So in Game 1, starting pitcher didn't make it out of the first inning. Mm-hmm. In Game 2, the starting pitcher didn't make it out of the second inning. In Game 3, you guessed it, didn't make it out of the third inning. Into kind of a funny little trend that went on there.
That is a funny trend. The Dodgers have won 317 over the last 3 seasons and never made it to the World Series. This is the most all-time, Brad. This is the most all-time over a three-season span for a team to win that much and not make it to the World Series. It's just ridiculous.
And this is one thing to think about with that too, Brick, is that like over the last 30-ish years, since they've made the division series permanent, right after the strike in '94.
Yeah.
It's harder to get to the World Series than it used to be. Like, granted, you had to be better than everybody in your division, right? If you're in the East or the West or whatever, to get to get to the League Championship Series and then to go to the World Series. But at the same time, though, the teams that won their division and went to the League Championship Series, it was just that one round. You just got to worry about playing the best team in the other division. You win that, you go to the World Series, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But now they've got more rounds to deal with. They've got to deal with the division round. They've got to deal with a team that's got momentum and has been playing through the wild card round now. And so it really is interesting to look at a team that's won that many times, because during that 3-year span, they've gotten eliminated in the division round twice. Last year, they only won one game against the Padres. And then 2 years ago, they got eliminated in the League Championship Series.
Right.
So, and I do think it does speak to the fact that these teams making it to the playoffs, it's a lot more even than it used to be too.
Well, one would hope.
It feels like
it shows that is the evidence presenting itself. Mm-hmm. I'd say,
yeah. Because last year you had 2 wild card teams in the World Series.
That's right. And if the Diamondbacks can do what they've done over the last 5 years,
sorry, the Astros won their division. I'm sorry, I was thinking the Padres. But anyway, in the NLCS, you had 2 wild card teams.
That's true. Thank you for correcting yourself, Brad. Now I'm not the only one. Anyway, we've already addressed this, but baseball family, we want to know from you: should the Dodgers tear it down and start fresh, or will this team eventually break through and win another World Series? Let us know in the comments and tell us what you think, because this is a burning question that we kick around all the time.